Ho, ho, ho! Merry Christmas! Welcome to this edition of Cycling on a Shoestring. And this time we'll open up surprise package number 4. Ho, 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 ho! Hi, it's John and welcome to Cycling on a Shoestring. Merry Christmas. I hope you're having a great start to your December. On this episode, I'm going to open up surprise package number 4. Now, what I did was I gave my wife $150 and said, buy me some stuff, but don't tell me what it is. Wrap it up and I'll open it up right here and do a review, kind of a surprise package on Cycling on a Shoestring. And as you can see behind me, I've got 2 more packages to go. So I'll put reviews 1, 2, and 3 in the description below. Check those out as well. Give me a thumbs up too. But before we open up this package, I want to focus on this week's album. And I always put one of my favorite records on the shelf behind me, and this time it is Prine, the best of John Prine. Now, John Prine is one of those highly respected artists, but vastly underappreciated. He passed away in April of 2020 of COVID-related symptoms on this record. You've got things like Illegal Smile, Dear Abby. My favorite song by him was Please Don't Bury Me. So this is a terrific record. And it's Christmas time. If you want to get something kind of special, pick up Prine, the best of John Prine. Let's open this package. It's a surprise. And here is surprise package number 4, a light package this time. It doesn't feel like there's much in there at all, but as is often said, big things come in small packages. And on previous unwrappings, I've said it's almost like Christmas, and in this case, it almost is. So let me open this thing up, and we'll see what's inside. Grab my trusty knife. And again, my wife's been kind of nice with me. She hasn't been too nasty when it comes to tape. Oh, okay, good stuff. Well, this is a bicycle mount, okay, for cell phones that you would put on the handlebars on your bike. Let me get it out of here. And we can just bring a bike right into the studio here and put it on, see how it works. Okay, so there you go right there. There's the bicycle mount. There's not much to it. What I want to do right now, though, is do a little bit of research on this. I want to find out how much it costs so that you know what to pay if you are looking for it, maybe on Amazon or some other online site or in a store. But let's take a quick look at this. It's just bicycle mount, and I don't see any other branding on there at all as far as a company, but it obviously attaches to your cell phone. Let's do some research, come back and take a good look at this thing on Cycling on a Shoestring. Did a little bit of research, talked to my wife. She said she spent $16.99 on this, and you can find similar ones to this for a lot of different price points, but this was the cheapest one she could find. It's pretty simple. All it is this rubber on the top and bottom that you squeeze your phone into, which I'll do in a moment. And then on the back, you've got this, which is a little strap that goes around your bars or your stem. Now, if you want to put it on your bars, of course, you're going to put it on like that, or you could also turn this 90 degrees so that your phone would be this direction, okay? So you'd have a portrait or a landscape instead of a portrait. So you can turn that around, it just clicks over, and then it just changes. Now you've got this little strap on here. This is all made out of plastic. Now also in the box, this was kind of stuck at the bottom of the box, stuck in there. Little piece of rubber came with it. I assume you just put this underneath on your bar so that when you put a strap around it, you're not gonna rub your bar, or if you have a black bar or something like that, maybe just color it or something. So that's what comes in it. Now you've got this little screw on the back here, okay? And then you can change the size of your bars just by pushing that through like this, and then just putting this on and then screwing it on like that. I'm going to put it on a bike in just a moment. Now, my question about this was different size phones, okay? Now, this is my phone right here. This is a 6.2-inch size phone. Now, it also has a protective backing on it as well. So it's a little bit larger than 6.2. So all you have to do is you just slip it in like this around the corners. Let me get it on there now. There you go. Get it on there, good. And then it just goes on like that, okay? So it covers the corners of your screen just a little bit, but not a big deal. Now, my question is it going to stay in there if you're on the bike? I think so. I don't I don't think it's coming out, right? All right, so this is a 6.2-inch screen, but what about larger phones? Because there are larger phones, and I happen to have one in the house. So let's go to my wife's phone, and again, this has a protective back on it. This is a 6.7-inch phone, so this is getting up there, pretty large, right? So let's see if we can fit this one in. Again, it's almost 7 inches end to end because it's got a pretty hefty protective case on it. But there you go, it's in there as well. Now, there you go. I don't think it's going to come off, right? It's going to wiggle a little bit on your bike, but overall, I think it's going to stay in there. Okay, so the 6.2-inch, the 6.7-inch fit in there just fine. But my question was this: what if you have a smaller phone? Well, I just happen to have one of those, and this is a lot smaller than this one. This is 5.1 inches, so this is a tiny phone. Will this stay in and put up with a beating because it's so small? Or maybe you have an iPod or something like that you want to slip in here, which isn't much smaller than this, but it fits in there as well, and I don't think it's going to come out. So it's in there good. I don't think we can say that this is not going to hold it on your bike, right? It's staying in there pretty good. It doesn't even look like it wants to come out. So it'll fit a lot of different sizes of phones. Let's see what it looks like on the bike, and then we'll wrap this up. $16.99 Canadian. You can check it out on Amazon. So here's the cockpit of my bike, and here is the mount itself. And as you can see, it's got this little screw-on thing here on the back. Okay, so I'm going to put it on here for you. Pull that off, then you slide this out. Put it on one of two ways. Now this is going onto the thickest part of my road bike's handlebars, okay? Now what you do is you slide it right through that spot again, and you can turn it around if you want, whatever direction you want. You can turn it around like this so that it's sticking up a little higher on the top. Then you take this little screw thing here, right? You put it on there and you screw it on. Now you want to make sure you've got it as tight as possible on there, which I don't right now. So let me just tighten that up a little bit. Pull it, get it nice and tight on there. There we go. Turn it around, and then we'll just screw that on there like that. And we'll tighten it down. Now, it doesn't tighten much more than that right there. As you go around, you get to the final spot, and it seems like it's going to get tighter, and then it clicks over. So it's on there pretty good. And again, you can turn this around if you want. Now, I would probably have it farther over on my bars. I've got it right up against my stem in this situation because I've got my tape and everything on there. I've got this mount here as well. We'll just take my phone. Here it is right here. And we'll put it in here like this. And then sits on like that. Now, in this situation, you know, it fits on there okay. It's kind of crammed in onto my stem, right? Kind of want it sticking up a little bit higher up on the bike, and it doesn't seem to do that. I kind of want a little farther out front. If I was going to put it on my bars, maybe over here it would be more out of the way. It just seems kind of crammed in here near my stem. Let me try it on the stem. I'll take it off, we'll put it on the stem and see how it looks that way. So I put it on my stem. It looks pretty good on there. It's not too bad. Personally, this isn't something I want on my road bike. I'm not going to put this on my road bike. Probably on my recumbent. I think this will work just fine. It's on there. It's pretty secure. It's not going anywhere. I don't think it's going to slide around at all. Now, the question is, can you live with this rubber across part of your screen? I know some people don't like notches. Like my phone has a rather large notch. That drives people crazy. I actually don't mind the notch at all. I kind of like it. It's just one of those things, kind of a quirky thing for me. But if this rubber on the screen is a bother to you, that might be one of the reasons you might not buy this. Now, does it work? That's a good question. There it is right there. Okay, so hi, how you doing? So let's just check to see. Yeah, it seems to work just fine. So the rubber on the screen doesn't seem to cause too much problem when it comes to using the phone. Okay, seems to me the touch screen works just fine on it. And for $16.99, I think it's a pretty good little mount if you're wanting to take your phone out on a ride. Well, there you go, a cell phone bar mount, which I think works pretty good, stays nice and secure on the bars. Don't forget, there's this little piece of rubber which I didn't use, so maybe if yours was sliding around a little bit, you could always stick that on there, and that would definitely secure it even tighter. tighter than it was on my bars, but it didn't seem to be going anywhere. And I think it's going to hold your phone. I don't think you have any issues with your phone falling off this if you happen to put it on your bike and you hit some bumpy roads. $16.99 at Amazon. You can check it out. And again, lots of different options for these types of things. If you don't like those little rubber things, they have them with clamps on the end and other ways of securing it to your bike. $16.99. Hey, I recommend it. If it's something you're looking for, this will certainly do the trick. Well, thank you very much for watching Cycling on a Shoestring. I hope that this video was helpful to you. If it was, please give me a thumbs up. I'd appreciate that. Also, subscribe to the channel and ring the bell to get notifications because more videos are coming up very soon. I want to wish you and yours a very Merry Christmas.